Using enchantments not only ups your game when playing, but it also gets you free stuff if you win 10 battles in PvP or arena while using them. Welcome back, Hive Mind. This is Shalazar with Hive Mind Gaming, coming at you with another Summoner's Glory video. Today we're going to take a look at those elusive enchantments. That's right, enchantments are a pain in the butt to get. Not only that, but when I was coming up and leveling up, I was so confused at what an enchantment was. Like, you would always see it, whether you came in here and seen the enchantments here or the magic cannon and they had the lock on it because you weren't high enough level, or whatever it was that unlocked it, and I'll explain that in just a second. Or if you went into your formation and you seen all the enchantments down here at the bottom that were locked because you didn't have access to them. So it was really aggravating trying to figure out what they were. Well, I will tell you this right here. You get enchantments or unlock enchantments when you reach a certain milestone in the storyline. So trucking along, and I think it's like the end of chapter 2, I believe, or chapter 3, one of the two, that it actually unlocked. All right, so first thing I want to go over before we get into the enchantments, keep in mind, support the channel by putting in my promo code. If you're new to the game and you're starting a new account, make sure when you get to the character creation screen, you come down here and you put my promo code Shalazar in the bottom area down here. That's going to get you free swag, and that's going to help support the channel. So, all right, let's get back to it. All right, what is an enchantment? So an enchantment is something that allows you to increase your game, increase your abilities, increase your attack. I mean, it's just an enchantment. It literally, that's what it is. It's an enchantment that enhances your team when they're fighting. All right, so if we go down to the enchantments and we take a look at them, so each enchantment's going to add a different ability or enhancement to the fight. So if we look at Cleansing Rain here, at level 1, it removes negative status effects from all allies. So you can go here to the next level effect, and it will tell you what it will do once it goes to the next level. And actually, only thing it does right here, it drops the cooldown by 1 turn. So this is going to tell you how much it costs, which is based on combat turns, and then your cooldown is going to be, once it is activated, how many turns it will come back around. So once you actually receive the actual enchantment, you'll have to come here and hit the add button. So you're just not gonna automatically get it. You have to come and activate it. I made that mistake several times. You know, at the beginning, I was like, well, I just got this. Why can't I equip it? Well, because I hadn't activated it yet. And then when you get 2 more puzzle pieces or 2 more enchantments of the same type, then you can upgrade it. And then you can continue to upgrade it. And each upgrade, obviously, the enchantment gets better or stronger to help you out. Now, where do we get enchantments? That's a good question. The first place you can go to find an enchantment is the treasure trove. So when you come through here, you hit update and you activate it, and you don't see anything that you want. You just keep on trucking until you see something that you want. This is how I normally do it, but I usually keep going until I see an enchantment. And here we go. We've got one right here. And I think that might even be one that I don't own yet. So you just, unfortunately, it's going to probably take a while. So, and a lot of gems. So I always do this maybe once every couple of days. But I get those free gems every day, like 500 every single day. And there we got it. All right. So once I do that, I come in here. And you go to the enchantments, and oh, no, okay. but it is my second one, so I can actually evolve it. The second place you can go to find an enchantment is by going and finding these treasure maps. Now, this is a whole different video, these treasure maps. And someone out there has already mapped all this stuff out. If you find a treasure map, go look online. They'll map everything out for you, or leave a comment in the comments section if you'd like to see a video on treasure maps. I can do I'll do a video on treasure maps. But one of the items you could find when doing a treasure map is an enchantment. Now, you're not always going to find an enchantment. It's just one of those things that you can find. And the third and final place that I know of that you can find a enchantment piece is in the magic cannon. All right, so, and how that works is you go down here to practice, and you have to have already gotten at least one of that enchantment, like here, this right here. Once you use that enchantment 10 times in the arena, it unlocks this reward. And so you get extra gold, silver summoning book, and one piece of your enchantment. Alright, so what does each enchantment do? So for Magical Barrier, it increases everybody's magic defense for 2 turns. Now, every time you gain a level, it's going to shorten the cooldown. The percentage, I believe, is going to stay the same. Cleansing Rain, it's going to remove all negative status effects from all allies. So that's going to be good to get rid of stuns and things like that. And then, of course, it lowers down the cooldown with every level. For Titanic Might, it's going to deal physical damage equal to 100% of the caster's attack power to all enemies with a 60% chance of stunning them for 1 turn. So you're only going to want to, this is important to remember, you're only going to want to use like this if your primary character is equipped with physical damage equipment. So keep that in mind when you're picking your enchantments. It's very important to remember or think about what your character's actually equipped with. It's going to make a difference if whether or not the enchantment's going to actually work or not. Then we've got Divine Judgment. It invokes judgment on one enemy. If the enemy's HP is below 15%, this immediately kills them and grants 1 Fury point. If the enemy's HP is above 15%, this deals magic damage equal to 100% of the caster's attack. So again, you want to make sure who you're using it with. So keep in mind, it could literally just take someone out if they're already below 15%, which I could tell you right now, in the Sea King's Tomb or whatever it's called, that dungeon, man, I tell you what, the Sea King, he heals so much that it's hard to just kill him. So I had to use this enchantment to get him down, because I get him down, but then he heals back up so quickly when it comes to his turn. So once I got him down so far, I used this ability and killed him. Just nuked him. So, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and upgrade it since we got that. So it actually took us to 16%. So if the enemy's HP is below 16%, it immediately kills them. But if it's above 16%, it does 120% of the caster's magic attack. So, or magic damage. I mean, it's just a really good ability. I really like this ability. Alright, so Thorn Shackles constrains one enemy with 75% chance of restricting their movement and increasing incoming damage by 30% for 1 turn. So this is really good for nuking someone down, because you throw that on them and they just take even more damage that your nukers are throwing out. So if you could throw that out before your big nukes, then, I mean, even more damage. So Fire Shadow, it releases a seal to summon a shadowy inferno, which deals 120% magic damage to all enemies and reduces their magical defense by 50% for 2 turns. All right, so we'll go ahead and increase that. So it brings it up to 130% magic damage, and it reduces everybody's magical defense by 55% for 2 turns. And again, these are things that you like to throw out when you're equipped with magic equipment. All right, then you've got Raging Fury. It removes control effects from one ally and immediately grants them a turn, during which their attack power is increased by 60%. All right, so here's the cool part about this, is that, one, keep in mind, it doesn't get rid of things like poison or things like that. It only affects the debuffs that are control effects, like a sleep or something like that, something that immobilizes them or has them, doing something that they would normally not do. Then it grants them an extra turn. So this is a strong ability, because even if your hero or your spirit doesn't have one of those effects on them, they still get an extra turn. So very, very powerful. And then on top of that, their attack power is increased by 60%. So very, very strong ability. All right, Inspiring Light removes one negative effect from one ally and restores 30% of the character's max HP. So if you're having issues, or if all you're running is nukers and tanks, this is a good way to help keep them alive. So it would be another way to remove a negative effect. Now this would get rid of the poisons and things like that. But the big thing is that it would heal them. So this is really good with tanks, HP-based champions or spirits, because they're going to have a high HP anyway. So 30% of that's going to be a pretty big heal. Next, we got Mars Defense. It increases all allies' physical attack by 60% and crit damage by 30%. Keep in mind, guys, when I'm reading this, because this is at level 2, odds are this is increased from level 1. So keep in mind, just think about what the actual ability is doing. Don't spend a lot of time focusing on the percentages, because odds are the percentages, if it's level 2 or higher, it's not going to be what a level 1's going to be. So just keep that in mind when I'm going over all these. So anyway, this is going to increase the physical attack and crit damage by 2 turns. So, and this is for all allies. So this is you're only going to want to use this when you're using only physical spirits. So only spirits that do physical damage. So keep that in mind. See, these are the things you've got to watch out for. You got to watch out you got to pay attention to see if it's saying physical or magical, either attack or defense. All right, then we've got Shark Storm, which I don't know. This was the first enchantment that I got. It summons sharks to deal physical damage to all enemies, equal to 100% of the caster's attack power, and marks them for 3 turns. I can tell you, when I first read this, I was like, "This is cool! It's got freaking shark attack." It was so lackluster. I was so disappointed. All right. Now, if a marked target dies, sharks appear again and deal damage to the remaining enemies. In concept, it's cool. In theory, it just didn't work a lot. I mean, it takes a lot of planning. If you can hit someone who's on the verge of death with it, then yeah, it works great. But if there's any healing on the team and they somehow survive it, it's a tough enchantment to get to work. At least in my experience. All right, then we've got Star Shower. This deals magic damage equal to 110% of the caster's attack power to all enemies with a 50% chance of poisoning them for 5 turns. So this would be really good. It'd be really good because they would take ongoing poison damage for 5 turns. Then we've got Divine Protection, which increases all allies' physical defense by 50% and resistance to crit by 25% for 2 turns. Now, this is the physical version of the magic barrier. This is the physical version of that, which is pretty cool. I mean, I like the fact that it's also 25% resistant for crit. That's really good. All right, Curse of the Dead deals magic damage equal to 100% of the caster's attack to all enemies and reduces damage from their next attack by 30%. Also decreases the effectiveness of healing by 35%. So this is... I've got questions, obviously, because I don't own this one, so I'm not quite sure how it works on the last part of it. But really good. It deals the 100% of the caster's attack to all enemies, so they take whatever your magic attack is, and then the next time each one of them attacks, they're going to do 30% less damage, which is really good. But now this is the question I have. It also decreases the effectiveness of healing by 35%. Now, is that a curse on me or is that a curse on them? I would hope to think that it would be on the enemy, that the enemy would have decreased effective healing. But unfortunately I don't own it, so I can't test it. I don't know. If you do have it and you do know how it works, put it in the comments so the rest of us will know. Thank you. All right, next we've got Absorbing Light. So this activates Absorption 3 times and deals magic damage equal to 100% of the caster's attack to all enemies and restores 18% of the caster's HP to all allies. So it activates Absorption 3 times and deals magic damage equal to 100% of the caster's attack to all enemies and restores 18% of the caster's HP to all allies. So what's Absorption? I'm not sure. So if you have this enchantment and you know what that means, please put it in the comments, because I have no clue what Absorption is that it's activating. I mean, is it saying that this is Absorption, like this ability is Absorption? If it did, why does it have "and" there? Why not activates Absorption 3 times so it deals magic damage, or 3 times, comma, dealing magic damage equal to 100%. I don't know. It's weirdly worded. That's one thing that it's one thing that they've definitely got to work on, is how they word things. And they need to come up with a way of, they need to figure out what they're calling something, what they call something, and stick to it and call everything by it. Like caster being your champion or your hero, and phantoms being the things that you summon to fight with you. I mean, they need to stick to that ideology instead of, like, they use the user instead of just saying the phantom or this phantom, or even naming the phantom that's being used, that's using that ability. They say the user. Okay, who's the user? Is the user the person when you're first starting out? I mean, my first thoughts were, well, is the user my hero, the one that summoned the phantom that's using this ability, or is it the phantom itself? So it was very confusing. I think that they could reword some of their stuff to make it a lot more clear. So, but anyway, just one of my complaints. But it is what it is. All right, so that's pretty much it for all the enchantments that they currently have right now. Now, when you finally get enchantments and you unlock the magic cannon, the magic cannon's going to allow you to practice with those enchantments and learn how to use them. So the first tab here is the Learn tab. And so basically what you're going to do is it's going to give you a challenge to go through here and do. And I just haven't done it because they're not a lot of fun, but it basically teaches you how to use that ability. So it's got predetermined bad guys, predetermined good guys, and it gives you the enchantment to use, and you just go in there and it usually gives you an objective, and you've got to meet that objective, and once you do, you get a bunch of gold for free. So, and then it shows complete, and then it unlocks the next one. It's very simple actually how that works. But then you can go to the practice, and this is the one where you actually go in, and as long as you're using that enchantment in Arena, then it unlocks. Now, I own a lot of these enchantments, but if you notice, not all of them are unlocked. And the reason is because I haven't got to them in the learn part. I haven't learned how to use them yet, according to them. So therefore, I don't get to unlock them here in the win 10 PvP battles. So if you notice here, I have 10 wins with these two. Well, my third enchantment that I use is not unlocked yet, which I believe is this one, Inspiring Light. So I don't have that one unlocked yet in this, so I can't get the free enchantment and the free book and extra gold and stuff. So I've got to work my way through all of these and do them all, and I should probably do that at some point so that I can get the free stuff when I actually do the arena, so, and use them in arena. So very important to keep that in mind, guys, while you're trying to learn this stuff and unlock these enchantments. So once you unlock the magic cannon and you actually get a couple of enchantments under your belt, and you actually start practicing and getting enchantments unlocked there, and you want to jump in arena, so the best way to go to arena is you go to activity, and you go down here to arena, and you go to, and it's going to send you to this guy right here, Phantom Master Ayn, however you pronounce that, and then it's going to have some dialogue. You hit arena, and then you go through here and you fight. Now, arena is a total different monster altogether, which I will definitely be doing a video on that, but that's all you've got to do. And all you got to do is just go in there, play, and long as you win, then you go in 10 battles and you unlock that and get a free enchantment. So, well, that's it for this video. If you like what you've seen and you want to see more, hit the like button. But join the Hive by hitting the subscribe button, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.